How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. The Bengals shock us a little bit here. A little shocking, but a little bit more shocking seeing who falls off the board. Linderbaum, Elam, some of these guys. Bengals, Karapolis. I'll never probably say that guy's name right. See those guys come off the board right before them. I think the tough part is seeing these guys go to just absolute potential powerhouses in the AFC like the Chiefs, or Linderbaum going to the Ravens. That one stings a little bit, seeing that go to an interdivision rival. Nonetheless, though, I think you have to be very, very happy with what you're getting in a guy like Daxton Hill. This guy is impressive. One of the most athletic guys in this year's draft. His closing speed alone is just impressive out there. You watch this guy in open field, excellent tackler, and I think that's really the MO for what you really look for in a guy in this league. If the guy can cover, the guy can tackle. I mean, that's about the best you can ask for sometimes in a defensive secondary. I mean, not necessarily last year, but you look at years past with the Bengals, one of the big holes that stand out on the defense is these missed tackles. Missed tackle after missed tackle after missed tackle. It's like, oh, could have been a tackle there, 8-yard loss or a yard loss. Instead, he gained 12. And the NFL really lives on that stuff these days. They do. You see a lot of these bubble screens. You see a lot of get these guys in open space and make that would-be tackler miss. And it's the difference in punting or a potential 15, 20-yard gain. And a lot of circumstances throughout the game. And I think that's where the Bengals defense stood out last year. They made those big defensive stops, big tackles in those short yardage situations, in those open field situations that really helped this team force the field goals, force teams to get off the field and keep their offense in games throughout the season, especially in the playoffs there. And you bring in a guy like a Dax here who is more than capable and excels in those particular areas and can fit this scheme really well for this Cincinnati Bengals team. I think this is going to be one of those guys that is just an absolute lightning rod out there on the field. He's going to be electric. He's going to be fun to watch. He's going to be all over the place. Just watching his timing, watching his cadence, his ability to get to the quarterback, get to the backfield to the ball carrier, shed blocks, open field. He's all over the place. Again, closing in on those players in the slot, making good defensive play. He does it all. He really does. And I think he's got more than the abilities to be an elite player in this league. The question now becomes, though, where do you exactly grade a guy like this for the Cincinnati Bengals in particular? A team that's already got Von Bell, a team that's already got Jesse Bates, a team that just went to the Super Bowl, a team that you're really looking for a guy that can go into this offense or defense and make a difference day one, play this season, make an impact, and improve this team because they're ready to win right now. And you say, well, they already got a couple safeties. And this guy primarily is, or what we shouldn't say primarily, but what he excelled in at Michigan was playing in a slot. Well, the Bengals already got their slot cover guy in Mike Hilton. And what you really wanted to see them do was move Eli Apple, or find some insurance for Eli Apple this year. Maybe get him some snaps in for that guy. And just as far as the confidence and feeling comfortable about the secondary is concerned, at least personally, that's what we was looking. Or you go defensive line or offensive line. The problem was, again, you had to watch some of the favorites go off the board for the Bengals. Personally, wasn't as big on Kyler Gordon. But, seeing Linderbaum go, seeing Karapolis, seeing a lot. Those are guys that stung. I thought you expected one of those to come and be there around this time. Instead, they wasn't. I think the Bengals did a really good job of taking what really feels like a steal, even though he was projected to go around this time in the draft, taking what was the best available here, and it's still being essentially a position of need. It's not a position of need this year, and that's tough, because again, you want to win right now. You have a very tight window of cheaper contracts on this team, specifically on the offense, where you want to try to put pieces together and win right now. But Bell, Bates, these are guys that could potentially not be with the team after this year, and you have to be able to fill that void as well. And if you watch what the Bengals could potentially be thinking here as well, you can always run a 3-safety set. We're seeing more teams do that. But also, you got to be thinking, they did it with Eli Apple last year. They did it with this secondary last year. And if that is the scheme they want to run, where you have the strong, or you have the, top tier safeties, and you get some guys that can tackle in the open space, which is important in this league, and then you get, you get the Awuzie, you get the Hilton, and then you try to find a guy like Eli Apple out wide. And if that works for you, that creates a top 10 defense for you, one that keeps you in ball games, wins you the big games like we seen this Bengals defense do last year. Then they're feeling confident, like, hey, let's worry about the safety position. We can find some more diamond in the rough type CBs and free agency. Maybe they got their eyes on somebody in the second round this year. Let's see what the Bengals have to do here. I know there's been a lot of mixed emotions about seeing a safety in the first round for the Bengals. But I tell you what, considering it isn't an immediate fill of this defense, I really wanted to see them try to find an immediate upgrade in position, which, hey, this guy, he could be. Let's be completely frank. He can go in there and take one of these guys' jobs away. But I don't think it was guys' jobs he was worried about as much. I wanted to see them fill in more of a bigger position of need if they would have. So I'm gonna give him a B. I'm gonna say B, mainly because of the Bengals addressing their needs. This is a guy that's got A+ potential here out of the draft, though, and I love the pick. Love you guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.